Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags Movie Podcast, episode number 187. My name's Seth,
My name's Nick.
and let's see. Well, we're kind of on a decent pace here. It's been a few weeks, but better than a few months.
When were Oh my god, yeah. I mean it was before the Oscars, maybe a couple weeks before the Oscars.
March 2nd, the last one went live, and we're now recording this
Uh
on March 24th.
I don't think monthly's not too bad.
Not too bad. We're working on it. No promises.
Nobody's listening anyway, so it's
That's
okay.
true. But here's the listener graph.
Here's the listener graph. It's always been so low you can't see it.
Cold audience, cold audience. How's
It's
it going, man?
going. It's going. Just hanging out, playing playing a lot of games.
What
What is-
games?
well, let me tell you.
You
I've
play,
actually
play
been
something that you can beat?
uh well shit, I've been trying to beat Persona 4 for like a year now.
Okay.
it's
Okay. How
it's
many hours have you put into that?
over 50 and
Okay. Okay.
I still feel like I have a long time to go.
Yeah, I
I
just hit about 30 on Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah, I downloaded that already cuz it's on Game Pass, so it's sitting there. Um Ooh, fancy coffee mug?
TikTok and
Ooh.
Instagram recommendation even comes with a lid and a glass straw, but I'm not using it.
Oh my god, I think I have those.
I wish they were a
Is
little
it
bit
like
bigger, but
is it like the faux wooden tops?
yep, there's a wood top and then the straw goes in.
Yep,
A lot of
I've
times
got those.
a lot of times I just raw dog it though.
Well, I haven't been that adventurous, but I do like those cups. I broke one of my straws because I was trying to clean it in the dishwasher, and I pushed it, and the straw was through the part that I put
Yeah,
the hole, and it just snapped and
the
broke.
the straws. I feel like I'm gonna cut my finger on them, so I just kind of run them through hot water. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
I probably shouldn't have put it in there, but anyway, yeah. I feel like I have so much left in Persona 4. Like I just got past the it was the festival. Like I feel
I
like I
haven't.
haven't fought anything in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a long time, but 50 hours, you're probably like halfway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I love it though. Like
Those
it's it's not Persona 5 to me, but it's up there for sure.
and I understand that totally. I wish they would, and I think they probably will remake that with this Persona 5 style because that's what they did with 3. It's like playing Persona 5. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think that's a part that makes me want to play that so
Yeah.
much. Shit, I was playing ESO a lot just because
I always see you on Steam playing Elder Scrolls.
yeah, I do a lot of my daily stuff, my daily
Yeah.
tasks and but I started playing this other game that came to Switch recently called Pentiment. It
Okay.
I think it might have been an Xbox exclusive for a while, but it's fucking good. It's like kind of Persona like, slow paced, dialogue
Sure.
driven. There's no fighting or anything, but it's set during like the 16th century. You're an
Okay. Interesting.
artist and you're you live among peasants, but you work for the church, and there's like that dynamic of the church is up here and the peasants are down here, and there's
Okay.
unrest, but there's also a
Okay.
murder that occurs, and you have to try and solve the murder. It's good, and
Interesting.
it's really is like one of those games that your decisions matter. Like at the
Okay.
beginning, you pick what you're good at, whether you're good at medicine or you're good with language, and like you can use your medical knowledge later on to figure out parts of the murder, or you can like if say you speak French, then later on in the story you can speak with French people, but you can't talk to Italians because you can't understand
I
what they're
see.
saying. It's
I
yeah,
see. One of the
it's
yes. So very
it's
choice
very cool.
conscious.
It's very cool. But
Interesting. My Switch has not got any love in like a year. I honestly kind of feel guilty about it sometimes. It just sits there.
I feel like Switch is kind of in a little bit of a lull. They're putting out games, but like
Well, it's like 7 years
Mario and
old
Donkey
now.
Kong, like I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. Like they
Peach
need some,
Showtime, like it's not.
you know, and it's just, it feels like a generation back. They need some new hardware, I
Hmm.
think.
Yeah, and that's Nintendo. That's what they're known for, is just being a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
like always
behind.
always a couple steps behind.
Yeah,
Well,
but I did make a terrible mistake and download MLB The Show on Game Pass. So
I bought Super Mega Baseball 4 because I didn't want that commitment.
I downloaded. So I just want baseball. I just want
I
baseball to
know.
start. So I started playing Super Mega Baseball 4 because that was on Game Pass to hold
Yeah.
me over until the show. Now I
Yep.
have the show to hold me over until the season.
This happens every time around, just now, like the last couple weeks of March, I start thinking, I need like a baseball game to play. I
Yep.
don't want the commit, I put a lot of time into the show last year, so I'm like, let's just keep it light. I'll do a
Yeah.
Super Mega Baseball franchise, it's fun. I
It's
mean,
fun. I
whatever.
just I just played online and I was smoking kids for the most
Yeah.
part
What
until I
ego?
moved up to the next rank. Huh?
What ego do you set it at?
I think I was at 70.
Okay. Yeah, I need to find a little bit of a balance because it feels like it's too
Yeah.
easy, and then I'll crank it up, and I'm like, fuck it, I can't get a hit.
Yeah, I moved up to the higher league or whatever, so now I'm getting smoked.
It's actually funny they have like legends in it now, but it's like the most random
Yeah.
people. Like I did a draft. Oh, ooh, Chuck Knobloch.
What
Sweet.
the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, the team I picked playing online was it had Fred McGriff and he
Yeah.
was like my best player. Like,
It's like the B level guys.
yeah, I did have Randy Johnson on that team too,
Yeah.
but
Big
for the most
Poppy.
part it is B level.
Big
Yeah, I just
Sloppy.
I just want baseball. I woke up 3 a.m. to watch those Soul Series games. I was watching the Ken Burns baseball documentary with that clip I sent you.
That's that was funny. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Man, well, this week it's when it starts. We're finally here.
I know. Are you
It
taking the
actually
day
started
off?
last week. This Nothing like kicking off the great American pastime in Korea.
Yeah, and then going back and playing spring training game. You play real
It's
games,
odd.
spring training
It's
games,
odd.
and then real
I'm
games.
I'm totally cool with them like, playing internationally. I think that's sweet, but it's just
Yeah.
the timing's weird.
Yeah, I mean, Phillies are playing in London at some point this year,
Yeah. And they
so I
fucking
don't know
juice
how
the
that's
balls
going
for
to
this
work.
series.
Oh, for sure. I mean, every game is like 15 to 10.
I will say though, got a real kick out of watching Yamamoto struggle to fucking finish the first inning.
I did too. Anybody in Dodger Blue can fuck off.
That guy's a damn shyster, man. Fucking using the Yankees the whole time.
Using the Phillies too, it sounds like.
Yep.
Gonna give him 300 plus $1 million. Gonna give him more than the Dodgers gave him.
That's a lot for a guy who's never thrown a pitch in
I know. I'm
Major League
glad he just.
Baseball.
I'm glad he decided to go to a winning team.
Yeah. I mean, look, the guy's still probably going to turn out good, but
Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be
he,
fine. Will
I've have
Shohei be
followed
fine
him.
though?
That's a whole other. That shit's fucking crazy, dude. Crazy.
There's like drip feed coming every day.
Yeah.
Like now, apparently the Ipe, the translator, didn't even go to the college he said he graduated from.
Yeah. Well, they said something like that translator's making like 300,000 a year or something. You don't place $1 million bets on a $300,000 salary.
And like, you think Shohei is that oblivious that he doesn't
Yeah.
know that millions of dollars are leaving his account? There's something going
He's
on, whether
Don't you
he's
kind of get
betting,
the
they're betting together, or he at least knew.
right? Don't you kind of get a weird vibe from him though? Like he's really cut off from everybody else. It's like he's in his own.
It's almost
You
like
just
he's a
don't know
robot.
anything about him. Yeah, it's like you don't.
Like he just
There's like
showed up one
nothing.
day and he was married.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. You don't know anything about him. Nothing really leaks out. He's just like very set in his ways. I
Well,
don't
and
know. He's an interesting figure.
that's why it's so funny that people were like, "Oh, Shohei would never." Like, how do you know? You don't
You know,
fucking know the guy.
yeah, give me a break. The guy could have a
Look,
serious gambling problem.
yeah, look, I love Shohei. I know that you're on the fence of like I'm tired of hearing about him, but I'm I'm a fan of him, and but like he could easily
Right.
be part of whatever scheme is going on.
Yeah, I love the fact that he moved to the National League. I don't would never really have to think about
Yeah,
him
how
very much anymore.
exciting.
Yeah. I went from thinking he was going to be on the Blue Jays, which I was like, fuck, that sucks.
I mean, at least he's not in the division. At least he didn't go to the Mets or something.
Yeah.
But still, he's with a loser ass team like the
Yeah.
Dodgers.
I don't know. I'm ready for it to get going. I was actually thinking about doing Field of Dreams today, maybe, or The
Ooh,
Sandlot or something, some baseball movie.
Angels in the outfield.
If there was a goddamn Blu-ray of it or even a DVD, if I had it, I'd watch it. But
Yeah, let's go sloppy seconds. Like put out quit the Jonathan Glazer stuff and put out Angels in the
enough
outfield.
already. Fuck.
It's
Look at
just
him.
cool though, like following them and they post like some random thing that like uh they posted a few weeks ago. Oh, we're doing a quick drop, zone of interest and poor things, Blu-rays. It's like holy shit. It's just cool to see what they
Interesting.
drop every so often. But what were you gonna say?
I don't even know. Nothing of
I don't
value,
even know
probably.
either.
I
I
did
think you're gonna
watch.
quote Field of Dreams or something.
Oh, I was gonna quote Angels of the Outfield. Look at him. Got 6 months left, and he doesn't even know it, or whatever he says.
He's coming up.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be one of us.
man. I watched that as a kid. I'm like, God, yeah. It kind of
Like
gets you a little bit.
who on the Yankees would be the Mel Clark in that situation? Old
Uh,
timey, like just a grizzled veteran. Probably Kluber last year whenever he played, but not
yeah,
now.
Kluber. It could have been like a David Cohn or something like that.
Well, maybe now Cole, he's got nothing better going on.
Oh my
He's
God.
coming up soon.
Talk,
His elbow injury.
talk about sucking any excitement you can fucking have for anything right at the goddamn window.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Bryce has been out the past like 5 games because his
Yeah.
back.
Look,
How
I'm sorry. When
exciting.
when you go in for an MRI, especially on your elbow, it's never good. They're like sitting there
Like,
like, oh, hopefully it's just a fluke. Like,
what
no, they don't do that
do the
unless there's
Yankees
something.
think their fans are that stupid? Like they try it every time.
They
Well,
fucking
and it's not only
constantly lie.
them either.
They do
It's not
constantly
only
lie
them.
though. They go, oh, Aaron Judge is out with some mid-spring soreness. No big deal. And then the next day, Judge
He's
goes in
dead.
for an MRI on his abdomen. What the fuck? Mid-spring
Fuck off.
soreness. Yeah,
Fuck off. And I
I
watched
mean,
that
enough to
clip.
squeeze him in an MRI tube.
You don't take MRIs for fun. And
No. But then
I
I also think they are $300 million investments. So maybe they do kind of err on the side of like ultra precaution, I guess.
sure, but don't lie.
No, I
Don't.
agree. I don't believe anything they fucking say.
No, Aaron Boone is a little puppet boy.
Oh, you know, big things this year. Big things. Let's go, boys.
What are your legitimate predictions?
Expectations. Um, I'm hoping for a wild card at least.
I mean, I think it all hinges
Yeah,
on health,
yeah.
really.
That's been the story with them for 5, 6 years now. But I mean, the Orioles are dominant. They're only going to get
Yeah,
better.
Corbin
Um,
Burns
but
now.
yeah, but if history has shown you anything the past few years, just get in. You
Yeah,
know, just get in. So we'll see.
pesky fucking Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and
I'll never go back to that stadium.
I, and I know you're right there with me. We've sat through a lot of baseball to know that out of all the sports, the weirdest shit happens in baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
Certainly
I mean, I
never played on paper.
testament to that a couple years ago. It's like one of the craziest runs I've seen.
Yeah,
But
just,
I mean, there's expectations. I think they just rated the Phillies bullpen the number one bullpen in baseball, which is like I don't even understand that.
that's
I
a great asset to have.
I mean, shit. That's I remember watching compilations a few years ago of blown saves that they gave up throughout the
They did
year.
have a lot of meltdowns.
But it's
I just get a little exhausted at this point, like with the practice. I'm like, let's go. Let's get it
yeah,
going.
no kidding.
I
Especially
want
when
everything.
you've like we said when you've played real games already.
Yeah, like let's keep the just get through it healthy, and that's a win.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm taking Thursday and Friday off so I can watch.
good man, good man. I thought about that, but I think the Yankees start at like 3:30 opening day, so it's like whatever.
Ugh.
I'll just miss the first
Yeah.
hour. But if they would have played at noon, I would have taken a vacation day.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh,
it just sucks for like the East Coast teams too because they do like that extra off day on Friday in case there's weather problems.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I'm just ready. Let's get it going. I got to get in the mood today. I'm gonna, like I said, lounge around. I think it's a feel the dreams day. I'm feeling like
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
that just always read right. It's always this time of year, and I like hyper fixate on it. So I'll probably watch it today, and then I'll watch it like a couple days from now. I always seem to watch it like 2 or 3 times before the season. I don't know
So
why.
it's perfect for that.
Oh,
And
speaking of
then there's
watching. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, I was going to transition into the Oscars because John Mulaney had that bit about Field of Dreams at the
Please do.
Oscars.
Please transition to the Oscars so we can kind of get some movie talk on the movie podcast 15 minutes in.
Yeah, get the other stuff out of the way. I mean, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said before. I think the biggest surprise with the whole thing was Emma Stone winning Best Actress. I thought that was
Can I,
kind of
can I speak on that?
shocking. Yes, please.
Because I didn't pick, I think I picked Lily, didn't I?
Yeah, we all did.
100%. Yeah. I watched Poor Things yesterday.
Hmm.
Um,
Did you rate
movie
it yet?
itself, I've looked through every one of Yorgos's films. I've rated 3 stars. Like every single one across the board.
Hey, he's consistent.
Yeah, so I liked a lot of stuff about it, but I will say her performance was really good.
It was really
It,
good.
and it impressed me a lot more than the other chick, who was
I
good.
think it's I think it's purposefully, well, maybe not purposefully, but it's there's just a lot more of her to do in it. Like
Yes.
Lily's
No, I agree.
performance is a lot more restrained and
Right.
quiet, whereas this is a lot
That was a
more.
weird fucking movie, man.
I It took a lot. Like it took a while for me to get into it, and then I
Yeah.
think when Mark Ruffalo comes in, that's when it gets good.
I gotta be honest, never really been a
He's
big fan of him, but he was fucking good
yeah,
in that movie.
he
It
was
really gave me
really
he
fucking
gave
good.
me Billy Zane in Titanic vibes.
Yeah, but
Like,
kind of an idiot.
yeah,
But
and then they're on the ship, and I'm like, this is like some
yeah,
Titanic shit. He's just kind of a dickhead, you know?
it just says the accent and his delivery of
Yeah.
lines. It's the fuck are you
Um,
talking about?
like I don't know, could have cut about 30, 45 minutes off that movie. I think
Yeah,
felt like it dragged a little bit, but oh, she was good. And
could have
wow,
been
you
shorter.
see, there's nothing left to the imagination with Emma
Everything.
Stone now. Good
No,
lord.
there's everything in
I
that
liked the
movie.
bit where she was a prostitute. That was very entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, very fun. When she's getting eaten out by the other chick.
I mean, you saw it all. And I actually really was intrigued by the Willem Dafoe character. Really, while I know the focus is on Emma Stone and that's who the movie's about, it's also kind of about his character too, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and
I thought that was interesting.
the guy who plays her husband that comes up real late in the movie. I like him a lot too. Christopher Abbott. He shows up
Yeah.
and stuff from time to time.
I was waiting for that part. Like, when's it gonna come back to the dickhead male that caused all the problems? And it did turn to that, but that's okay.
I mean, he was a
He
dickhead.
was, he was. It was an interesting concept though. I wrote that film off a lot. Well, Feminist
I
Frankenstein.
did
We're not
too.
watching that shit, but to me, a 3 star was enjoyable, and I enjoyed the movie. It was an interesting watch.
A 3 star for me is I don't hate it, so
No,
it's
like
that's not
that's
a
a
bad
C.
thing. Just
I think of that
yeah,
as like a C grade.
anything below it, not so much. But
2.5. Yeah, when you start creeping into the 2.5, it's a little. Not that anyone
for
gives any sort of fuck about my rating evaluations, but that's just how I
yeah,
do it.
but 3 means you liked it more than you hated it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's I always try and go out of my way to watch every Best Picture nominee. So I was always
I'm
gonna watch it at some point.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I almost watched Past Lives the other night. It was on what, like Peacock or one of those Paramount. It's streaming somewhere, so I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, I feel like you will like that a lot.
Yeah, I just got to get into the mood for those. But I do gradually try and watch the award-winning films. I did not like Zone of Interest though. Just didn't
Yeah,
get it, man.
I think that seems to be the opinion is like you either
Yeah.
really love it or you don't really get it and you don't like it.
I
I
just, oh
just
man, like I felt like every shot, like I'm ready for it to end, and then it goes on another 3 minutes. Like, oh my God,
it's
the end.
definitely
When like like when
slow
they're
pace, but
contrasting to the Auschwitz Museum now, and you see the ladies cleaning, and I'm like, holy
that did
fuck, can we
nothing
get
for
it
you.
moving? No, I'm like, can we get it moving already? Shit, this scene
It
is
was
just
like
dragging.
it was so jarring, but I thought that was I thought it was really good.
Even
And
the
I
title
mean,
screen, the
it's
black screen, and then the zone of interest, and it just fades. It's like, fuck, let's get the movie
I
going.
know. Watching that, like I kind of think what the people around me are thinking, and I was like, people are not gonna really care
Yeah,
or
I
get
mean, like,
this.
contrary to
I
what you
mean,
guys
it's
make fun of me for, like being a contrarian, I go into movies like that. Like, I want to appreciate it, so I do go in with an open mind, But it just didn't work for me. Didn't work for me.
I mean, it's just yeah, I get it. It's just showing the mundanity of life for people on the other side
Yeah, and I've watched his
of
other some of his other stuff, and I didn't really ever get the pretentious vibe from him. But that movie just like I don't know, like when it cuts to the scenes of the girls feeding, leaving food out for the prisoners, and ooh, it's like thermal black and white. Wow, that's so exciting and artistic. Fucking get it
I
moving.
I was trying to understand that too. I think that was based on a real girl that died, but
Okay, now I feel
thermal
bad.
I don't. Well, I mean whatever, but I don't know. I think the thermal was just a better way to see her in the dark. It was just like an artistic choice, I guess.
Okay, okay.
It was for me. That was definitely the part where I was like, I am I. Is this supposed to be something deeper? Like, is this
Yeah,
supposed to be
like
something?
it was a really interesting concept, that whole movie. I like the concept of it, but I was just kind of waiting for that moment where I'm like, oh, that's really impactful, and it just didn't happen for me.
Because you don't see any of that stuff.
That's
Like
true. Very, yeah.
you're just like stuck with these people, and
It was
then
shot well though. It looked nice.
hmm
I can
yeah.
admit that. What are the other ones? I think I'm only
Oh
missing a couple.
fuck.
I need to watch Oppenheimer. I need to watch
I
it.
know you're never gonna watch American Fiction,
Probably
but
not.
there's some funny stuff in that one. Best picture worthy, not so much, but
I know.
I,
To
I
me, it
laughed
just.
quite a bit.
I was just in general. I was not like excited. I did watch the Oscars, and I didn't think I was going to. I mean, I kind of just had it on, but I wasn't really engaged in it.
I I love watching the Oscars. I Annoying stuff aside, I just enjoy like the celebration of
Yeah,
film and seeing all
there
the
was
stars and the
there was no real
cameos.
like ultra controversy or anything, which is nice.
No, I mean just the Jonathan Glazer thing apparently, but
If I was in that position, I won any award, I'd just go up to the Joe Pesci, thank you, get off that fucking stage,
well,
man. They're gonna get you for something.
especially if you have some fucking pro
Oh,
pro Israel billionaire behind you, like
yeah,
breathing down your neck.
fuck it. Just stand up there, and get the reward, keep it, get the award, keep it moving. I get it.
Uh,
Got to use if they don't use their platform, then they'll get criticized for that as well. So it's whatever.
well, maybe not as much, but yeah.
Who are
Anatomy of
the
a
big
Fall.
winners? Go ahead, recap it. Yeah,
Well, we'll go through Best Picture and we'll get your opinion on whether you'll watch it or not.
I ain't watching that fucking courtroom shit.
Why not? It's good. It's
Boring.
good.
I watch my cousin Vinny.
You're not gonna pick it up on Criterion?
Mm-mm. I've shifted
uh,
away from them a little bit too.
uh, Barbie.
No, no business being a Best Picture nominee. It's ridiculous.
Well, the that whole controversy was ridiculous too.
And I did take a
Like
bathroom break when Ryan Gosling started singing. That's when I stepped away.
that was like one of the best parts of the
Fuck that.
show.
Hell no. That shit
he's
sucks.
such a he's such a fun guy. He's
Oh
such a
yeah,
fun guy.
he's
What has he
great.
ever done to offend you?
No, he was good in
Exist?
Goosebumps.
What? Like
Good in a
in the
Goosebumps episode when
'90s?
when he was probably like 15. He was good in that.
God,
Other
it.
than that though, struggling to
I mean,
come
it's
up with anything good he's done.
well, yeah. I mean, Goosebumps is about your level of media literacy.
I've seen all his fucking movies. They just don't impress
No,
me.
you
I
haven't.
did like the one with the sex doll though. That was good.
Yeah, Lars and the Real Girl's really good.
That was a good movie.
The Holdovers, that controversy just came and went, of course.
Good movie. I know you love it.
I, yeah, I can't
I
get enough
love
of it.
Paul Giamatti. I've always been a fan, and he's great in the movie. And the movie's good. I liked it.
Hey, Killian Murphy was really good in Oppenheimer, but I don't know. There's something different about Paul Giamatti's performance in The Holdovers.
It was that fucking eye, bro.
I don't
Couldn't
know.
quit
It's just
staring
like
at it.
when that movie starts. Every time it starts, I feel like I'm in a good place. Like it
Yeah.
just puts me in a good
No,
mood.
that's good. Every so often a film comes, into your radar that you just
Hmm.
become like fixated on. Hasn't happened to me in a while, but I know the feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other movies would make my favorite of the decade, but that one will definitely be on it by the time we get to 2030 if I make
Yeah.
it that far.
I was just kind of waiting again for the impactful. Oh, that really got me. I didn't quite get it, but it was good. It's a good movie.
The whole conversation where he's like, "You're not your father. You're your own man. I'm not my father."
Nah, that's good. Oh, my
Well,
parents
maybe.
left me for Christmas. I said, get over it. It was good.
God,
It was a good
maybe
film. I
one day
liked it.
you'll break your hard exterior that your parents abused you your
I,
whole life.
I liked the movie. I liked the food.
I like the food. Killers of the Flower Moon,
Liked the movie. Not one of my
mm.
favorites from Marty, but it was good. Kind of like
Maestro.
Silence, where I'm not going to watch it probably, ever
I
again,
know
maybe
I've
15
kind
years
of
from
felt the
now.
same way. I feel like it could creep down my list of favorites
Yeah,
from
I
last
mean, like,
year.
Goodfellas, Depart. I could watch Taxi Driver, could watch that, every week if I had to, no problem. But that just
I think
it's a
it's
long, long haul.
I think it's impressive for a guy his age to make that
Definitely, definitely.
because I'm 30 and I would don't want to put that time in to do anything.
No shit, and especially a subject matter like that.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the next one?
Maestro, you'll never watch.
Not big on the conductor genre.
What about Train Conductor? I
No.
don't know. Train Conductor. Wasn't that like isn't that there that train movie with Denzel or
Yeah,
something
I
where the
saw that in
trains?
theaters. Fucking unstoppable, boring ass, stupid
Oh,
shit.
ugh. Chris
God,
Pine, I think. God.
everything about that just screams generic. The title, just unstoppable. Ugh.
Ugh.
Trains.
Uh, the train genre.
Yeah,
Yuck.
not my favorite.
Oppenheimer.
Need to watch it. Need to watch it.
Yeah, that one's
Haven't
good.
yet,
I think
but
that's.
I feel like of any Nolan film, that one at least seems not so fucking out there like Tenet or Inception or something that just doesn't make any sense.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, the only time concept is it jumps between now and the future, but that's just it's showing.
I can handle that.
Yeah, and you can tell what time it is too because one's in black and white and the other's in color, so it'll
Oh,
be easy for you.
artistic.
Artistic, so the autistic can understand.
Do have to check that out. I
uh
watch every one of his other fucking movies.
Past lives is really good.
You know, I'm gonna give it a watch. Just got to be in the mood for. Wait, do they speak English in that?
They speak a lot of English in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you should have told me that. Actually, that might get me to watch it. I just am not
it's
always in the mood for reading a subtitle. I got to be in the foreign film mood.
I've broken out of that. Like I used to be the same way, and now I'm like,
and
I'll put
it's
on a
it's nothing
I'll
about
put on a.
intelligence level or any bullshit like that you want to
Who
say,
said
but
that?
I know what you're thinking. But I just got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, that's understandable. Poor things. Obviously, we talked about that, and Zone
Yeah,
Adventures. We talked
borderline
about that
fucking
too.
porno, man.
Yeah, no kidding. But that's Jules.
I was thinking that when I was watching that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wonder, when they made Superbad with her, did they ever think she'd be, winning a Best Actress award and it's such a crazy fucking movie?
I
Good for
mean,
her.
two
I've
at this
always liked
point.
her. Yeah, I've always liked her.
And she's from Scottsdale.
Wow, nice.
I
I
hope
was
one day I run into her and become mute.
I was not sure I was gonna like find her I don't know, like attractive in that movie. It kind of seemed weird, like she'd be like a nasty, smelly corpse. But the more the movie went on, it's
Yeah.
like nice. Yeah.
Um, Miss Stone, I I really liked your boobies in Poor
I
Things.
liked your titties, Emma.
Get away, you freak!
Interesting film, though. Interesting film. They put
Yeah,
the goat's brain in the bad guy's head.
he's a goat now.
Men are as dumb as goats.
Is that it?
Oh shit.
Men are bad,
I did
and
like the
I'm gonna
idea
be
though.
upset.
I did like the idea though of her being recognized like from her past existence because I was wondering
Hmm.
that. I'm like, what if she, she looks the same? What if
Yeah,
she runs into
yeah,
somebody? So I'm glad they addressed that. Spoiler alert, but
yeah.
whatever. Sorry.
Well, whatever. Whatever. If you haven't seen Poor Things by this point, then it's been out for years.
Hmm.
What else? What else happened? I was really excited that Boy and the Heron ended up winning animated film over
Yeah,
like
I need to
Spider
watch
Man
that.
or whatever.
Is there a rip of that out yet? Gotta be.
Probably not yet. It's coming to Max in the
Okay.
U.S. very soon. Another one
Did
they
you?
need to get a rip of some sort is Godzilla minus one.
I've tried. I tried to watch that the other day. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I'm not sitting through a cam quality. It's got to be
No
good.
way.
But I
No
did.
way.
It's kind of bummed because I'm like, ooh, heard good things about this. Kind of in the mood for some Godzilla action. So I sat down looking for it. Of course, when I am in the mood for a foreign film, can't even
Yep.
fucking watch it.
Yep. And you just put it on and you see the cam, you hear people chomping away their popcorn,
just, just had to settle for
walking to their
the
seats.
'90s Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Oh my god, I have to tell you about my Dune 2 experience.
Please.
It wasn't I okay,
Did
maybe
you
when
get
I
one of those
tell it,
popcorn
it's
buckets to stick your cock into?
I didn't see them around. So I just got a regular paper popcorn thing to stick my dick in. It's not the same. But
Oh,
oh my god, this is like I like when things become popular because it's
this
good,
is
it
gonna
makes
piss
money.
me off, and it's got nothing to do with me.
I know, and it's not even that bad, but it just annoyed the shit out of me for the rest of the movie. Um, but you just get your regular old Joes coming to movies like this, and there are parts where there's fight scenes. Like there's a scene where they're in like this dust storm fighting stormtroopers or whatever they are, and every time he makes a kill, you just hear these fucking weirdos making comments like,
Oh,
"Yeah, another
oh,
one,
oh
hell
my,
yeah!"
oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
and it's not even one person. It's like one person did it, and then somebody else got permission to do it, and it just vibrated throughout the whole theater. And I just sat there in awe that this is a thing that's happening
This is
in the middle of
perfect
a fucking movie.
representation of why I don't like going.
Yeah,
And I have to go like after work when there's nobody in there. I'm not going.
look,
Fuck, that's
if I'm
annoying.
honest, I enjoy being one of the few people that knows about a movie and goes and sees it with
Fuck
other
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah.
But then when you start getting the general public involved in these things, it it sucks. They can't act right,
It's
I think.
that is so fucking. I would never have the thought to even like scream something out loud in a movie theater.
Yeah.
That's just so stupid to me. I don't
It
know.
was it was just the it was like the generalization that we make about action movies. It was
Yeah.
just like somebody gets killed in an action scene, and everyone's
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, let's go, another
God.
one, hell
Fucking
yeah!"
Christ. Ugh.
And then at
Yeah,
that
that would be
point, it
annoying.
just at
It's
that
always some
point,
dickhead either saying something or, they got their fucking
they
phones out the whole time.
they do, yeah, fucking losers in front of me checking their bets, their sports
Yeah.
bets,
I remember going to
and
see Uncut Gems. This couple sits in the very front row where you have to crank your neck.
yeah,
Just, okay, whatever. And then immediately the phones are out. So if you're sitting in the front and I'm all the way in the back and you pull your phone out, I can't not see it. It's a fucking
yeah,
distraction.
yeah, yeah.
Just every
It's
couple minutes.
Yeah, it was just so annoying, and it just like ruined it ruined the movie for me. Not that I was really caring about it anyway, but
You know who I don't
for
like?
some reason at the end they didn't even clap. I was
Yeah,
expecting
that's
it.
not a big fan of that guy that played Elvis.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't like him. He just kind of comes off as like a douchebag. Watch some interviews.
He's forgettable.
Yeah, it's just the way he talks, like
Yeah,
Mr.
like
fucking
he's too
Hotshot.
cool.
Yeah.
He's too
Oh,
cool. Like, dude, Elvis sucked.
yeah, yeah. We really got into the source material for this. It just comes off like a
Yeah.
douchebag.
And then he puts on like a Stellan Skarsgård impression when he's
Yeah,
doing Dune 2.
not a
And
big
it's
fan.
like, dude, Jacob Elordi was a better Elvis than you and Priscilla, and
Yeah,
he didn't
just
even
not a big
try that
fan.
hard.
And I'm also not a big fan of fucking Timothy. And that fucking Willy Wonka movie pissed
Yeah.
me off. Ah,
It was just so forgettable. I can't remember a single song, and that's the whole point
no,
of a musical.
just like I don't know. I was trying to picture an older Gene Wilder version acting like this, and it just didn't line up for me.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me. But I I think the thing that did it for me was the whole, oh, Austin Butler is the best villain since Anton Chigurh and the Joker. Ignore the shirt, okay? Ignore the shirt. Pretend the shirt isn't here.
Oh,
But are you
nice.
kidding me?
That's
Are you
yeah. I don't know. You look like
something that
fucking
helps?
Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, he fights in hand to hand combat. Okay, have you ever seen The Raid? Have you ever seen any sort of like martial arts film? Like this isn't new.
Yeah, I wasn't really
And
thrilled with the first one. I thought it was just generic.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much this. It's kind of better in some ways, but yeah, I the thing about those villains is that they've been able to stand the test of time. Like you're
Yeah,
10 minutes after watching this movie and you're like, "Oh, this is the greatest villain." Like what's his name? What's the
yeah,
character name?
yeah. That's quite the claim.
Yeah, give me a
I don't
break.
know. I'll
Austin
watch it when
Butler
it
is
comes out,
Austin.
but man,
Yeah. Yeah, Eric was like, "You want to go see it?" And I was like, "Nah." But then
no
Taylor was
thanks.
like, "You want to go see it?" I was like, "Okay."
I'll go see it like maybe a month from now when everyone's done with it.
Yeah. Seems like they are done with it. I haven't heard anything about it. It's
Yeah,
out of the social media zeitgeist at this point.
look, Timothy.
But now, getting ready for Furiosa.
Oh, okay. Still never watched. What's the one that came out a couple years ago? Fury Road. Never watched
Fury
that one.
Road. Dude, that's probably like 8 years ago that came out now.
I
Maybe
realized that when I
10.
said it. Yeah, a few years ago is not the right statement.
It's
Shit.
sickening.
It
Yeah.
looks like it would be a great 4K experience, but I just haven't got around to it.
Honestly, I think Mad Max Fury Road on 4K doesn't look that great.
Really, I feel like that would
But
be
maybe I'm
perfect.
crazy. I haven't watched it in a while.
I'm more of a Turbo Kid fan for my post-apocalyptic action
The
films.
Turd Kid.
That's a real movie.
Real movie that nobody's seen.
Hey, those are gems. They can be
I'd check it out. I think it's on my
great.
list.
I love it.
I'm going through my gaming phase anyway. I'm not watching anything.
I've really been slacking, man.
Oh, the fucking neck. Yeah, I have been too. I've trying to keep that once a day average pace.
That's what I was going for at the beginning of the year, but I fell off quick.
I always end up getting around it. Like I always
Yeah.
get to that mark, but
But if
it
you spend
takes
one
like a
Saturday or
few
Sunday watching 5 or 6 movies, you can catch up quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm like right at the one movie a day pace.
What's next for you
It's just
on the watch list?
like in life or
No, like if you were to sit down and watch a movie after this, what are you gonna watch?
um shit. I don't know. I've had a hard time recently to be like, okay, I'm in a mood for that. I'm gonna put that on.
Yeah,
I've been doing that whole thing where I just sit here staring, like trying to find out, and then it gets too late, and
I
I'm
know.
like, ugh, well, now I'm not gonna watch anything.
Yep. You gotta carve out at least an hour to pick what you want to watch.
Yeah, that's why I try and get it in my head while I'm at work, and then when I come home, I can just put it on and know
Yep.
what I'm gonna do.
Can't
I
be
don't
burning
know.
that valuable time.
I don't know. I have actually been watching a lot of the March Madness games. Like I don't care about it. It's just kind of fun
Yeah.
to have it on.
I unbelievably have sat through several women's Iowa games.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, she's a
you
big
know,
deal.
she is, and didn't stop hearing about it, and I was like, they were playing on like I don't know Peacock or one of those, and I'm like, let me check it out. So just start like, let me check it out. Next thing I know, I fucking watched the whole game.
Yeah.
Kind of ended. I don't
Hey.
know. They were kind of
uh,
never thought I'd watch a women's basketball game like that.
yeah. Hey, it's women are all right, you know? Women are okay.
Never
I know
said
you're scared of
otherwise.
them, but
Never said otherwise. But it is great to see a superstar from Iowa, though.
yeah. How many do you get? Roy Kinsella and Caitlin Clark?
Uh, Elijah
The
Wood.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Mm, there's some other ones. Ashton Kutcher.
the ugh. The the dumpling from Wizard of Oz.
That's the
Munchkin.
the dumpling. No, he wasn't from here. I think he just came by on a tour. But I did meet him, the coroner.
Hello, sir.
Hey, little guy.
That's a movie I haven't watched in a long time.
Great film. Good 4K too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something evil about that movie though. It's not a normal film.
Satanists.
There really is something strange going on with it.
Yeah, probably the fact they were fucking a little girl in the back of
Uh,
that movie.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
There's just like there's a weird vibe to it.
It just feels, yes, I don't know how to describe it. Like it feels ahead of its time. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's odd.
yeah, yeah,
Like even that, even the end when you see the wizard, like his big head talking, like it looks good for the 30s or whenever the
yeah,
fucking 40s or whenever that movie's from.
yeah. It's
Like
creepy.
like how often do you see that? Like a movie that old where the special effect doesn't look like shit. It looks
Yeah, you
fine.
don't see that. You don't even see that a lot anymore these days.
Weird film. It's probably really shot like 30 years ago.
Like the moon landing.
It was
It's all
shot 30
fake.
years ago, and everyone that saw it before was just imagining it.
Yeah, it was like a fever dream or something.
Gone blurry.
Oh no!
God,
Well, get it back. Get it back.
the fuck, man. This is
Here
the
we go
next thing. I'm
again.
getting a webcam.
This is why we don't do anything anymore because nothing ever works right.
Man, that's some bullshit. Let me tell you.
Yeah, well, good thing for the audio listeners, they don't have to witness this.
Seriously, it was going
Holy
fine,
shit!
and now all of a sudden,
Where did it even come from? Did you like pick your drink up or something?
could have been. How do you
Could be.
focus?
Just hold your face as close as possible to the
Like I
screen, and then
Paul
it'll be
Giamatti.
neat trick.
Oh, whatever. You
Well,
you get what you get.
I think I've gone blind in one eye.
God,
It's out of focus.
Fucking bullshit, man.
You want to talk about the Beetlejuice trailer?
Let's talk about it. The teaser trailer for Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah, the teaser. I I don't think this trailer did it, and I think we've talked about it before, but the fucking countdowns to trailers, like, just get the trailer going.
They should have
The
used
trailer starts
Danny Elfman music and
now.
not like that,
Now.
legacy sequel sort of. You know what I mean?
I don't like when
Yeah.
they do the
I don't.
slow down.
Yeah, I don't know how to
One of my
describe what that phenomenon is, but they should use like some Danny Elfman music.
One of my biggest gripes in trailers is when they use slowed down cover pop versions of songs, and it's
Yeah,
just like
but
some raspy person. Oh,
Deo.
I saw somebody post that a lot of people thought that that was comical, that Deo thing, which was very odd to
It
hear.
was interesting. I mean, it didn't bother me. It was just strange.
I like the trailer. I mean, I
Now, all
love
things
Beetlejuice, and
considered, yeah, all things considered, that looked about as good as I would ever expect it to look.
sure. I mean, it was about 5 shots,
Yeah,
but
started
I
with that infamous Jenna frown.
I think I called it too, or somebody
You did.
called it. Like
You
I'm
did.
sure the first shot is going to be the frown of Jenna Ortega.
We will not have any Jenna slander here.
I mean, if anybody's going to bring the movie down, it'll be her. Definitely the
I don't know
weakest
why
link.
I've sat through every fucking shitty movie she's made.
I think we all know why.
Something about her, I just want to manhandle her.
You've watched the Scream movies she's in,
Yeah,
both of them.
yeah. Miller's Girl. Christ.
God, if you sat through that, then you
I mean, it
must be a
wasn't
big
bad.
fan.
Like, I see way worse. There's a good scene where, what's the guy's name in The Hobbit? Bilbo?
Martin
Martin, what's his?
Freeman.
Oh, yeah. Good scene where Bilbo bends her over.
Oh, and like shows her how to do algebra.
No, it has a sexual meaning.
Oh, arithmetic.
Finest kind, highly recommend.
So you felt like personal attachment to that scene because that happened to you in school
Yeah, my teacher bent me over.
and showed you arithmetic.
It all makes sense. The trailer looked fine though. Look, you gotta admit, she does have the look for a Tim Burton
Oh, for yeah,
production.
I mean,
You know.
most definitely. Like, is she supposed to be Winona's daughter or
Yes.
okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I can understand that. And
I I do agree with your sentiment though that she's not like some amazing actress. I've never seen her act
no,
and been like, wow, that was just a mind blowing performance.
and the performance everybody loves her for is where she does the least.
Yeah, so I mean, I just like her. I just think she's hot, but she's got something about her.
Did you know she only blinked twice throughout the whole show?
Wow. And I definitely don't even ever want to watch that.
You know that they cut between shots, right? It's not like she's not blinking the
Yeah.
whole time. She
Why does my camera
choreographed
look
that
so
herself.
shitty? Fuck.
You've been
I
able to
thought it
figure
would
it
have
out before.
I
Usually you
thought it
do
would have
that and it's fine.
I thought it would have fucking
Getting up close and first.
It's like it won't focus, man.
You think there'd be a button for it? Make it a
That's
little easier.
fucking cheap shit. I need to upgrade it. My nose hair. Trim that shit, boy.
Holy shit, they're like connected to your beard. It's like all one hair.
Sorry, folks. I really don't know what the problem is.
That's so frustrating. That's why we don't ever do anything.
I guess I could
Nothing
leave and
ever
come back.
works.
I mean, it keeps going.
Yeah, go ahead. Bye.
Hold on. Let me just mark where we're
We'll
at.
see if that works. Should I keep talking?
No, I'll just cut it or have Brian cut it. Hold on. Usually it just goes back. Oh
Yeah,
my
now
god.
it's
There we go.
okay. Oh,
I turned my
had to
light
get
on.
worse to get better.
Yeah.
Now it looks
All
like we're in
right.
heaven.
He's one of us.
Ah, it's the whale. Gotta keep that
I
in
need to watch that again.
now. I know it's
It's fucking. That shit's fucking great, dude.
I don't know why. I was just going through our
Oh
posts and
shit.
I saw the one I did with myself. I don't even know where that picture came from. Holy
Oh
shit.
man, that's fucking funny.
Brian, please cut this part out and send it to me personally. Editor's note.
I gotta quit. I gotta quit harassing Brian. Sometimes I think he's gonna fucking let me have it.
Like in the butt?
Oh, like I told him to go shut up and watch a lesbian bodybuilder movie again.
I mean, that's not so bad.
Just
I
messing with
think
you,
he,
Brian.
I think he knows
Oh,
that
God.
chat is not for the weak.
That isn't. That's a first class ticket to prison if anyone reads that.
Well,
Uh,
see you later.
anyways, we were talking about Beetlejuice 2. The teaser looked as good as they could make it. It was
Yeah.
Michael Keaton looked good.
hmm And you know he's gonna
Uh,
be good. You don't really
yeah,
have to worry
I
about
just
that.
I like Beetlejuice. It's never been a favorite of mine. I don't really have an attachment to it, but all things considered,
If Pee Wee didn't exist, it would be my favorite Tim Burton film.
sure. I am looking forward to seeing how they, because I've read they're going to be relying on like old school practical stuff. So
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah, that's always fun to see.
Hopefully we get some of that.
And when Winona
Catherine
looked like
O'Hara's
she,
back.
yeah, Winona looked like she slid right back into the to that role. So that's
hmm
interesting to see.
Good that she's going to be doing something that's actually good and not Stranger Things. So good for her.
That's true. That's true.
I think that last season's going to be a mess, but that's a whole other discussion.
That whole fucking show
Uh,
is annoying.
yeah,
Clearly, Jeffrey
Catherine.
Jones is not in the film. Had to have been his
Well,
funeral,
yeah,
right?
I think that I would expect that they're at his funeral,
Yeah.
burying
And the
him
other guy
amongst his
died
child
from
porn collection.
yeah. Who was the guy, kind of the heavy set guy in
Oh,
the first
the
one?
yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah,
Yeah.
her designer.
Yeah, I know he passed away a few years ago, so he won't be in it. But,
I think he passed away a while ago.
yeah. When I say a few years ago, that's probably like 10. So,
It's just a vague
yeah.
Glenn Shaddix.
Good to see Catherine
Glenn,
O'Hara though. I really like her. She's had
I
a,
do
a, a
too.
really good career and continues to.
Yeah, it seems like she's having. I guess you could call it a resurgence, but I mean it.
No,
Ever
I
since she
agree.
did that Schitt's Creek show,
Yeah, she's kind of all over the place now.
you think we're gonna get Gina Davis and murderer? What's his
Yeah,
name?
gonna end with Alex Baldwin shooting Beetlejuice.
Oh God, who's the cinematographer on this movie? Be careful. Let's see. Is it somebody important? And is it actually? Are we not getting Danny Elfman music?
No, he's composing it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why I just thought they should have used like one of his trademark sort of sounds, but they did go that whole
Yeah.
legacy sequel route. But you got to get
Okay,
people.
so it's the cinematographer of Mamma Mia, the first Thor,
Oh
Murder
wow,
on the Orient Express. So that's okay if something happens to
yeah, nobody would nobody would be too upset.
him. The cinematographer of Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
It's-
My, I could never let you go. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Tim, it's kind of ballsy from Tim to make a sequel to that, I think. I don't know.
Well, he hasn't really had a hit for a while. At least a hit in my opinion.
That's true. I like Tim Burton, but it's definitely not an automatic with him. You could get some
No,
bullshit,
definitely not.
you
Like,
know?
when's the last good? I think we talked about this in the
Right.
chat, but when's the last good Tim Burton film?
Right. I mean, he did like fucking Dark
Fish
Shadows and
Eyes.
Big Eyes or whatever it is, or like nobody
I
even
do
watch
like
any of
Big
that shit.
Eyes.
Never seen it.
It's
I like
just an
Big Fish
art
though.
film. It's just weird. It's a weird turn for him.
Yeah. It'll be
It's
I'll give it a
interesting.
watch. I'll give it a watch. Good to see Winona has her shoplifting issues behind her.
Yeah, 20 years later, I think. Catch up.
Anyways,
Any other trailers? Like, I know we talked about talking about that one, but I can't remember if there was
uh
a Furiosa. I mean, I don't know if you watched that one.
I didn't watch it, but Anya's
Looks
always a
more the
pleasure.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks more the same. Just
Anya's
like
wish she'd thicken up just a little bit, but you know, women's bodies are not for my gaze.
uh, I want to watch that Late Night with the Devil.
So do I. What
When's
is
that
the
supposed to come to?
controversy with that?
I
I
guess there's a
still
few
don't know.
shots later on in the film that use AI.
People better just get over that.
Like, is it that obvious that you know, or
But I mean, that shit is
what?
not going away.
I
It's
mean, if
gonna,
you use AI complementary, like if you're not
right?
using it to replace actors and you're using it
Yeah,
almost like CGI, then why
right.
not?
But I don't understand that. That's only gonna get worse. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of
I don't
scary when
know.
you think about it, because my job right now could 100% be replaced by a computer. You know? I mean,
How exciting.
yeah. So it ain't going away.
Yeah, I don't know. I if it's complimentary, like I said, I don't. What's the difference between that and CGI? Like you're
Yeah.
creating something that's not real.
Well,
And
the argument was with AI is from the real artists that think it's like bullshit. That they're something they might have made public can now be, you know what I mean? Like it's becomes like a public domain thing that is just used now. It steals real work from people. That's how it, you know, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah. But I mean, the AI artists need work too, I guess.
I don't know. There's people that are really adamant about not supporting any sort of AI thing. Like I don't, whatever.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not an
definitely
artist.
creepy. It's
Yeah.
definitely creepy. There's some weird stuff I've
Oh
seen
yeah. I
from it.
know.
But well, okay. If I say it could be used as a good, then that just sounds like the plot for some movie that where everything goes bad.
That's true. That's
So
true.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't know.
say that.
People just got to relax with that because it's not
I'm
going
not
away.
gonna put an opinion out there because
No,
I don't need to have an opinion on everything. It's okay to
I,
just
I think that movie
shut the
looks
fuck
good.
up. I do too. I do
Yeah,
too.
I've been
And I
intrigued by
probably
that.
wouldn't have noticed had it not been for now. I'm gonna be looking out for it, which is not good.
Well, now everybody's a fucking AI expert, and I just, oh God. We could talk about The Crow.
Oh fuck. We could. Looks
We
like
could,
shit.
or I could just take the microphone into the bathroom and drop a deuce and record it.
Could you? I think that might be better.
Fuck. What the fuck, man?
I
I like
mean,
Bill Skarsgård too.
his look aside, it just the crow came out at the right time. Like it's perfect for that.
Did.
Like it's just I can't explain it. It was
No, it
just
feels
something
90s, and
yeah,
what I always liked about that
authentically
movie.
90s, yeah.
Right. If you open that, I've never read The Crow, the graphic novel, but I bet you if you opened it and was looking through it, that movie probably translated it pretty well. To me,
Mm.
that movie always felt like a perfect representation of like a gritty New York
Yeah,
graphic novel sort of thing.
yeah. There's definitely comic booky cinematography and
Yeah,
vibes to it, and
it
I
just
don't
like
know. Like that
I don't
movie
know,
creeped
man.
the fuck out of me when I was younger. It's like
Yeah,
seedy, gross, dark,
it is
disgusting underworld, and like those
right, and
characters
especially
like felt
yeah,
really real.
yeah. He gets into some of them, and they're like got needles hanging out of their arms. It is kind of it gets a little rough.
Like
But I don't know.
the guy who plays who's the leader of that pack? Not the long haired guy, but the T Bird. Is this T Bird?
T-Bird. Yeah, I know the
The one he
long-haired
puts
guy you're
in
talking about. I'm trying to-
the one he puts in the car with the explosives and blows them
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah, I know who
Yeah,
you're talking about.
he's in Twin Peaks, and like the whole time, all I can think about is the fact that he's in The Crow. Like he's memorable in that
Yeah,
movie. Same
it's
thing
a
with
good movie.
the long haired guy. Like the long haired guy is in Nope,
Yeah,
and when I
yeah.
every time I see him, I'm like, oh fuck, that's the guy from The Crow with with
There's this.
his sister, like his
Yeah.
sister, and that he
Oh, that was
loves.
yeah. That was, man. God, what's that chick's name? I can't remember. Oh, Bai Lin or something like that. She's pretty popular
Oh
back in the day.
yeah,
Bai Ling. Um,
Bai Ling.
yeah, I don't know, man. Looked about as shitty as I expected to, and I like Bill Skarsgård. I think he's a good
I
actor.
did too.
It's not.
I
It's
did
no
too.
criticism of him. I know the guy that directed the original movie though was very vocal about his displeasure with the trailer.
I don't disagree. Do you like know specifically what he said, or just didn't
Um,
care for it?
it was like about Brandon Lee, like something like Brandon Lee
Sure.
died making this movie, something like that. I honestly think, I don't think he's had much of a directing
No, he
career
hasn't.
outside
He
of
hasn't.
The
I think he
Crow.
made that
So,
Gods of
I mean,
Egypt
if you had,
movie.
yeah, Alex Proyas, he did
Proyas,
iRobot,
yeah. Gods of
um,
Egypt,
Gods
I
of
think.
Egypt. I don't even see that one.
Maybe not.
Oh yeah, Gods
I
of Egypt and Dark
okay.
City. So I mean,
Which I have to say that while I was watching Dune 2, my thought was this is like Gods of Egypt with good cinematography. Like it's nothing
interesting.
like this is
I
not
mean, his I've seen worse filmography. He's not I mean, he's got some higher grossing movies, but I guess when you directed something like that, that was definitely your golden accomplishment.
hmm.
I wouldn't want to see somebody remake my shit either.
No. You'd hope that best case scenario people see it and that makes them
Yeah.
realize, oh, there's an original, and make them seek out the original and watch
I
it.
just that almost seems to me like one of those that's going to be written off before, like it's going to come and go.
Hmm.
You know.
Well, look at how long and troubled it's been just to make it.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's
and I mean they've done like sequels to The Crow, which are fucking ass, and this will probably
yeah,
fall right
like
in line with those where you just don't they just exist.
is the Crow that demanded that you need to like test destiny with
No,
how hard it is to get it made? Like, is it going to be worth
no,
it?
and I definitely understand the controversy. The guy did
Well,
die making that. He's very young. It's like why can we just leave
yeah,
anything sacred?
which
You know,
adds to the whole legacy
right?
of that movie. I mean, it adds to the creepiness of it.
But I'm also in the camp that people are like, don't ruin the original, or I like a movie for me has never
How?
been ruined. You know,
No.
by like even the shittiest
People that
sequel
are
could come
like,
out.
yeah, people that are like, oh, this sequel's it ruins
Right,
my childhood. Like,
right,
how?
right.
Your
No,
childhood's over.
yeah. I mean, I fucking hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. Hate it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did not ruin the original for me ever.
Yeah.
It just
Give me a
exists.
break.
So
Give me
I
a
don't know.
break. The best thing that comes with these sequels, though, is that we get 4K re releases of the originals.
That's true. I keep trying to pre-order that Steelbook, but it's not available yet. Or maybe I missed out. I don't know.
Really? I was able to
Yeah,
pre order it.
off Amazon.
Hmm.
It was currently
Let me
unavailable. Now
see.
I might have missed out
Well, it'll be back around. Let me see.
because
Oh,
that would be
fuck. I
one that I
forgot
would
Iron Claw comes
100%
out on
upgrade.
Tuesday.
What comes out?
The Iron Claw comes out Tuesday.
Oh, I do love that movie.
I do
That was
too.
I
I do.
haven't seen a lot from last year. Easily my favorite.
Yeah, it's.
But then I get pissed. It's like we don't get a 4K for that. Come on.
I know, and I'm like, I'm
There's
kind of
nothing wrong with
I'm
Blu-ray. I like
no,
Blu-ray
but
still.
like A24 is trying to also become like this boutique 4K supplier. Like, but they pick and choose which ones they want to. Like,
Yeah.
why do we need a 4K for Pi of all things?
No. Yeah. It's just odd. And
And I've
speaking of A24, I'm not thrilled with the $70 they fucking drained me for stop making sense. I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. I
Better
mean, I
come with a
put down
piece of
for that
David
too.
Byrne's fucking suit.
I mean, it's gonna look good. It's gonna be cool packaging,
Yeah.
but
It's fucking
you
40
gotta
some years old. Just what the hell? It's nothing new.
yeah. And it's almost like, oh, I'm
Right.
gonna hold off to buy it in the hopes that maybe they put a 4K out, but then
Right.
less people buy the Blu-ray and they're like,
I
oh,
know.
there's no demand for it, and
And just like now, if I'm going out and buying a Blu-ray of a new movie, it's almost like how you would have felt buying a DVD when Blu-ray was out. It's
kind of
like
yeah,
I feel like this is
yeah,
I like there's a better format. I want the best.
yeah, yeah, kind
Great
of.
film
But
though.
I like that's one I will buy on Blu-ray, and I'd gladly buy again on 4K if it came around. But
I
like,
agree. I agree with that.
but something like, and I know we've talked Bo is Afraid to death, but like I
Yeah,
would buy that on 4K, but there
sure.
isn't one. And I feel
Yeah, and
like,
I feel like that would be more likely to get a 4K than like the Iron Claw. You almost feel like
yeah,
it'll get the Blu-ray and that'll be it. I just don't think. I don't know if
yeah,
that's like a hit
that's
with mainstream audiences, like a Zac
no,
Efron wrestling film.
well, yeah, and I mean, it made some money in the box office, but not, I don't know, maybe
Shit
not what
fucking blew me away, man.
that ending like destroys me every
And
time.
I knew, I even for a guy like you who didn't watch wrestling as a kid, who could give a fuck about wrestling, to like that movie like that tells you how good it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it
I
almost
was a
makes me want to
wrestling fan.
watch
Yeah. I
wrestling.
mean, I was a wrestling fan as a kid, and I always knew about the Von Erichs. That would have been before my time, but I knew who they were. I never knew the
Yeah,
details, though. I mean, that was
and
fucking crazy.
I'd heard of Ric Flair, so I
Yeah,
recognized him when he
it
shows up,
was.
and like,
Was the worst
and
part of the
the
movie.
two. I mean, yeah, it was almost like he was doing an impression more
It
than
was bad.
anything.
They could have got someone else to do Flair. If I had one criticism of that movie, it's the Ric Flair part.
But also like the 2 second long shot of the Iron
Yeah,
Sheik
man.
jumping into the like I knew who that was. I knew
Yeah,
who that was because of Kenny versus Spenny. Like I've shown
yeah.
you that clip before.
Man, I knew they were a troubled family, but I didn't like. Boy, how much shit luck can one group of people have? Fucking insane.
Is it luck or is it the fucking dad that like drove
Yeah,
them
I
to
don't.
that?
Makes you wonder. Something was not right with those
Toxic
guys.
masculinity.
Was that the theme of that movie? Fuck, I'm changing it to a 1 star.
I mean, I don't know how you
Yes,
didn't
it kind
pick
of
up
is when
on
you think
that.
about it.
Yeah, I think
But was the dad abusive or was
yeah,
he
cuz
just a dick?
I mean maybe both. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe he did. I mean, they didn't really show that he was beating them or anything,
no,
but you kind of imagine he probably
yeah,
was. He was
he
a
just,
wrestler and a
yeah, he
dickhead.
just came off like an asshole.
Like just let Mike sing. He wants to
Yeah,
sing, let's let him sing.
I mean, I didn't know anything about that. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Shit's
Like
crazy.
I watched it and then I listened to like an hour long video driving to
Yeah,
Tucson once about the history of it. Like it made me
yeah.
care.
I mean that. Spoiler alert, but that scene after the Gene Wilder Jr. wins the title or whatever, and then he goes out drinking, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I wonder what happened. And then he comes walking out in the kitchen, and they zoom in on his missing foot. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That
Yeah,
was
and
jarring. That was a
I
jarring
saw it
scene for me.
I saw it twice in theaters and both times there were
Yeah,
audible gasps.
yeah. I mean, I was just like, whoa,
It's
what
like
the
sent
fuck?
chills down my arms cuz it's like what
Yeah,
the fuck? I
yeah. I
thought
mean,
he was going to
that's
die. It plays with you cuz I thought he was going to die
right.
in
Like
that
drunk
moment.
driving accident or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's alive. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, okay."
No.
And
And then
then
I
like,
didn't know at the end when he's on his fucking bender going crazy and he goes to the dad. I thought he killed them all. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I thought Zach
"Oh,
Efron was
yeah.
gonna walk in on. his dad being shot. I'm like, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, nope, just himself. And then, oh god, when he's in heaven or whatever,
It
brothers.
was
Oh
fucking
god.
good, man.
Usually, I
This is a
make fun of
testament right here,
the.
folks. If you don't care about wrestling, it doesn't matter. It's a good movie.
No, it doesn't matter, and it's fantastic performance by Zach Efron of all people.
Impressive, impressive. Would have
I
never
mean, everybody's
expected
good
that from that guy.
from the mom, Maura
Yeah,
Tierney. She's got that whole scene where Lily James comes in and she's like, "I can't put
yeah,
on the dress. They can't see me in the same dress." And
yeah. No, it was
fuck.
not an uplifting movie for sure, but
No, definitely
phenomenal.
not.
And now we've got
I guess there's
like there's two elite wrestling films now. I love it.
a wrestler.
Yeah, just like two
Yeah,
great movies.
yeah. No, now I was gonna say Warrior, but that's MMA. That's different.
Well, I
Duh,
like
duh.
Iron Claw is more like about a wrestling career, or the wrestler's like
Hmm.
trying to deal with life
Post,
after having a career. Yeah, and then,
which is not
I've
something
said
you
it
see or think
before.
about.
Yeah, I've said it before, but like the wrestler when he goes to like sign those autographs and he's like in some shitty school hall, like that is
It's
about as
real.
accurate as it gets with those guys. That's what they do, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, goes and works at a fucking deli.
Yeah. So two great films on the opposite ends of the wrestling spectrum, but check them out because they're fucking great.
Dad, do you know why you're sad? I
Oh,
guess I used to be a brother. Now I'm not a brother anymore.
what the hell? That shit fucking
That
rules,
was like
man.
real crying. Like
Ah,
a lot of the time it's phoned in, like actor crying. That felt like he felt something real.
so good. Was
Just like
shocked.
pathetic.
Yeah.
We'll be your
He's a
brother's
weird looking
dad.
guy though. I don't know what happened to him. Square face.
Yeah, apparently he almost died, but I think he got some sort of facial reconstructive
But
surgery or
good
something.
for him for giving one a great performance though, because I would have never thought, ooh, a Zac Efron film. Wow, I got to go see that.
How exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah, only
and
High
that
School
makes me kind
Musical
of
4 would have gotten me that excited.
it kind of makes me want to pay attention to his future career. I got to go back and watch the greatest beer run ever, or whatever that movie is that he was in.
Oh god, yeah, his next Ricky Stenicki or whatever
Oh,
it's
Ricky's
called.
seems like he's got going the Miles Teller route. One great performance and then a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he didn't even get the Oscar praise. He just went from
I know
like
it's bullshit.
here to here without any of the
Like
good that comes with it.
got my good movie out of the way. Let's film Ricky Stenicki.
God. Ugh. Maybe that was like in between, so from now on he'll be in good things.
You love to see it though. That was a pleasant surprise. Anything coming out that you're
Yeah.
looking forward to?
What is coming out? I feel like there is. Give me a second.
Or
Let
have
me
you
take a
watched
gander
anything
at the old
recently? I know you haven't been on
box.
a movie kick.
Uh,
Did you
what's
see
today?
Spaceman?
Fuck, I haven't watched a movie in like a week. When I watched
That's
Heavyweights.
that's long for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
You've seen Spaceman?
Uh, no, I
No,
don't
it's
really.
okay. It's not bad.
I don't know.
It's not great.
I
It's not bad.
don't. I don't know. I
Kind
don't
of
know.
Adam Sandler on a spaceship talking to a spider voiced by Paul Dano. Interesting concept. Kind of good. I liked
I
it.
don't know.
I
When are we gonna
liked it.
get
I
a
liked it.
Nosferatu trailer?
I'm looking forward to that for sure. Ooh, I also
It's
watched
coming out
Robot
this year.
Dreams. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't watched it yet. Good.
That was a good one. It was a good one.
Ooh, Joker, Folie à Deux. They were
Hate Lady
selling it as a
Gaga.
musical, and now it's down like no, it's like a jukebox
I saw
musical.
that like a jukebox, yeah, where it's like different versions of current songs.
Yeah, like okay, well, that's not what you sold it as. Now it's. I mean, I didn't really think selling it as a musical was a good idea in the first place.
Enough with the fucking Joker already.
It's
God,
it's so crazy too that Yorgos Lanthimos is coming out with a movie in June already.
what's his next one?
Kinds of Kindness.
Sounds
Emma
like a three
Stone, Jesse
star.
Plemons, Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley, Hong Chow.
I like Margaret Qualley.
Tells three separate stories with the cast playing different characters in each. Oh God! So it's like Cloud Atlas.
Oh, interesting.
Are you
Well,
excited for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
no,
Me
forgot that was
neither.
even a thing. I did see the trailer, but no. And I like that new trilogy, but like they're not movies I frequently want to go back to and watch.
No, and this is supposed to be connected to him. Long Legs. Thought that
Oh, Hunter
trailer was
Schafer's
very
in Kinds of
interesting.
Kindness. That's a 5 star from Brian.
Oh, there we go.
He loves that guy.
Honestly, I think the trailer for Twisters looks fun.
I forgot about that too. You know,
Directed by the guy who directed Minari.
like if they're gonna make sequels to movies, I'm okay with them doing a sequel to something like Twister because you could keep that going. There's no, you know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah, Twisters don't run out.
right.
They're
Like
always around.
you could just do that with without being tied to
Ooh,
anything. So
Kiernan Shipka's in it.
who's that?
Oh
It's a
God,
it's a Twister. It's a Twister.
it's a Twister. It's a Twister.
Mm,
Oh, also the mom from Iron Claw is in it.
Sasha Lane's
I
in
don't.
Twisters.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, she was good in
Right.
American Honey. That's about it.
Then she got a career.
I refuse to watch that dumbass fucking pipeline movie. That just seems so fucking
Ew.
beta.
Ew. Baby. Oh, how to blow up a pipeline.
Ugh.
It's
You,
actually pretty good.
just the description made me want to fucking off myself. Young climate activists. That's fucking
I hate
horrible.
progressive people.
Yeah, young climate activists. You're not fucking changing anything. Sit down.
I mean, yeah, quit throwing soup on the Mona Lisa. Maybe
Oh,
I don't think that's
that's so
helping.
fucking stupid. God.
I don't think that's
Oh,
really helping your cause.
you really showed
Maybe
them.
just maybe just like burn yourself alive or something.
Yeah. Oh,
Ugh,
yeah. Well,
baby. Dr-
there's idiots that do that too.
Baby Driver 2. Oh my god. We started watching Baby Driver the other day and
Say it.
it's my probably my least favorite. I didn't even finish
Yeah.
it. We put on
And I
something else.
like
I think
Edgar
we were
Wright.
like, let's just watch Iron Claw again.
There you go. I do not like Baby Driver. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey sucks in it. Um, it doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie. It just feels
No,
off. Like if you put somebody else's name attached to it, I wouldn't have
you wouldn't
cared.
even know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like somebody else made it. Ugh, yeah, it was rough. But most of the good stuff you start to find out later on in the year, so we'll
That's
see as the
true.
year goes
Trying to
on.
determine if there's going to be any gem or anything that'll sneak up on me. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
like at this point last year, I didn't know what the holdovers was, what any of
Oh
that stuff
yeah.
was. So
I always try and make it. I'm like, okay,
Francis and the
Oscars are over. Let
Godfather.
me try and watch new movies, but I don't know. I just can't keep up with them.
Francis and the Godfather, directed by Barry Levinson, a drama about the legendary and wild battles that went into making the 72 classic The Godfather.
Just watch The
Oscar
Offer.
Isaac
That
is
was a
playing
great show.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Dude, Dan Fogler did it fine. Look, you know me. I don't talk about TV, but I would highly recommend that miniseries. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really well done. And I didn't know a lot about
I
that shit
just,
either. Fucking scumbag Frank Sinatra.
yeah, he sucks.
I
He
didn't
really
have any
sucks.
clue about that with him. That guy had some fucking ties, man.
Yeah, he's awful.
Great
Heat
Josh
2, they
Zuckerman
announced
performance too.
that. Heat 2, they announced that they're in production for that.
Called He Too.
Yeah.
What is that?
Spanning the years 1988 to 2000, this sequel slash prequel will explore the lives of homicide detective Vincent Hanna and criminals Neil McCauley and Chris Shirless years
Oh,
before their
Heat
paths crossed
2.
in
I thought you
1990.
said He Too, like Me Too. I thought
Oh
this was
no,
like
sorry,
a,
Heat.
a male sexual assault film. Heat 2.
That's genius. That is
Yeah. I
genius.
thought this was going to be about boys that have been raped in Hollywood.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Get Drake
Heat
Bell
2.
on and
Yeah, did you watch that?
Heat. I watched his part of it, yeah. A little convenient for him, but whatever.
Right as the music's coming out, right as Drake's career was drying up a little bit.
Well, right as he was in court for messing with little girls.
I don't like these hit pieces that take place fucking 30 years later, man.
Yeah.
Was
I
like Dan wasn't like touching kids though, was he? He was just inappropriate, right?
I don't know. I feel like it was a specific person in Drake Bell's case. It was like
Yeah.
I can't
Well, I know
remember
they
if he
got
was I
Brian
think he was a
Peck.
right yeah, he was a producer or writer or something. I can't remember. Or no, he was a dialect coach.
Yeah. Now I know that
So he
shit
had
goes on. I mean,
I mean, I don't know if the accusations against Dan are like raping them.
no, I think he was
He's
just
definitely
like
a creep,
inappropriate. Yeah, he was just inappropriate. That's the, like asking chicks for massages and you know.
touching their feet
I don't
and
care what anyone says. He was great in Good Burger.
he's pretty good in what's that John Cusack film?
Oh yeah, he
Better
is in
Off
that.
Dead.
That's right.
Better Off Dead.
That's right. I
Well,
forgot about that.
I watched that when I watched that for the first time. It was nothing like I thought it was
I know
gonna be.
it's
Like
good. That's a good movie.
it is good, just like surreal, off the
Fucking
wall,
Dan.
weird. Man, oh
Corey
my
Feldman was trying to
god.
tell this story years ago, but nobody listened to him.
Yeah, well, told it when his music was coming out too.
Ain't nobody listening to that shit.
His whole life is just an embarrassment. Watching that clip of him in concert was just that was hard. That was
You
hard
know,
to
which is
watch.
funny because when he was in, you know, you don't have to be big fans of the movies, but you have to admit he was in big movies. You know,
Yeah, big gay movies like The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys, Stand by Me, The Goonies. I mean, those are heavy hitters, man.
I think the '80s were the worst time for movies.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Those are all great films, dummy. Oh,
'80s, anything could happen in the '80s. Corey Feldman could have a career.
now I definitely understand though not having an attachment if you didn't watch those movies as a kid. I get that. I think out of those three, like I think Stand by Me, you could see for the first time now and appreciate it, but well, like the
Yeah, that one's
Goonies, like if you
solid.
didn't, yeah, like if you didn't grow up with the Goonies and the Lost Boys, they're probably pretty dumb by today's standards.
I don't think the Goonies is dumb. I just don't have the same attachment. Like I like the Goonies.
I just think it's like the perfect kid, like child adventure
Yeah,
without being too like kiddie, you know?
it's got the magic of Spielberg involved
Yeah,
too.
just there's something about talk about a great score. My God, Dave Grusin. Ooh, man.
Yeah, can't remember a song from it.
Well, if you watched it 1,000 times like I have,
Get a chick, dude.
get a dude chick. Anyways, anything else, Nick?
Let's wrap this up. I gotta play the show.
All right.
Gotta get my challenges done
Good
so I can
checking in with you
unlock.
guys. Don't hit your daily XP limit. All right. It's 187. Good touching base with you guys. Hey, we're still here. Any suggestions, anything you'd want to see for the show that would help us? I know sometimes we struggle a
Yeah,
little
I want
bit
to see it end.
with coming up with things, but always glad to hear from you guys. Nick, any closing thoughts?
Uh, no. Long live physical media.
True that. True that. Episode 187 in the books. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, go fuck yourselves.